Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alexis and I am a clothing reseller and I sell on apps like Poshmark and Mercari. So today is a little different. I'm actually at my husband's computer and he has a bunch of fancy equipment so I can do this video for you guys. I want to be talking about Vendoo and List Perfectly, and while I think they're both really great tools that you can use in your reseller business, I also want to talk about the differences between them, and since my subscription is almost out on one of them, I wanted to hurry up and make this video for you guys and show you how fast everything is and just a couple of differences between the two. So I do have my notes over here, and my husband has two really big screens, so if I look off, like, they're just huge screens right there. So alright, so over here is my Poshmark Closet. So I have Vendoo and List Perfectly both pulled up. List Perfectly makes these little buttons that you can push on. It says copy to List Perfectly and copy to, and if you press on this one, you'll basically import it into your List Perfectly account. And if you press on this one, copy to, it'll bring up the second menu and show you all the ones that you can list to from your Poshmark Closet directly, so you don't have to import anything. One of the big differences that is between List Perfectly and Vendoo is the amount of platforms that List Perfectly allows you to copy to. There's a massive amount and Vendoo only has Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and Etsy, which is a downside to people who have a lot of different platforms running. For me, and I don't know if it's true for anyone else, but my sales mostly come from Poshmark and Mercari. eBay is getting there, but I'm still learning eBay, so it's not a big deal. But most of my sales come from Poshmark and Mercari, and not so. I got a few one-off sales from Tradesy, and I haven't ventured into Depop yet. And I believe Grailed is for men's clothing only, so I haven't done any of that. And I am not a vintage seller, so I don't use Etsy, and I don't really use Facebook either. It has been beneficial to me in my area. I'm sure if I was in a different area, it would be a different story, and I'm totally open to trying it again. I think you should try everything and see what works best for you. But yes, List Perfectly has all of these sites that you can list to, and Vendoo only has Mercari, Poshmark, eBay, and Etsy, which those are kind of like a big four. So there's one up for List Perfectly. I do want to say that if you do copy to any of these sites, you might want to go in and change your pictures on the other platforms, because that is one thing that I have noticed with both platforms, is that if you don't put your pictures in the actual platform itself, they get really blurry. So over on Vendoo, you can create listings and import from any of the platforms that you're selling on, and you can create essentially a draft right in the site, which is what I currently do. And then it has a list of all of your different items in your inventory. So I'm gonna go back over here. So I really like that Vendoo has drafts, the drafting feature. You can also do that on List Perfectly, but I do believe that Vendoo gives you a higher quantity. Let's just go into settings. Okay, so Vendoo has 25 items for $8.99, $125 for $19.99, $250 for $29.99, $600 for $49.99, $2,000 for $99.99, $4,000 for $149.99. It also has these add-ons. You have the delist and relist, importing, the fourth market, and a bundle, which is cheaper than adding, all of them separately. And then over here, we can go to see the changed plans for List Perfectly. So these numbers and these different plans are how many that you're importing into List Perfectly. You can get the simple plan and copy to, and it's like an unlimited number, but like I said, your picture quality is going to go down when you do that, which is why I drag and drop my pictures into the actual platform that I'm using to cross-post versus, or I'll go back and change the pictures if for some reason, like right now, I don't have my pictures on my husband's computer, so I will go back later and change my pictures so the quality is better for my pictures. But you have $39 a month for $250, $54 a month for $500, $69 a month for $1,000, and then the business subscription is a little bit higher. I don't really know what the difference is between the business and the basic plans. Okay, so why I like Vendoo better. Personally, I don't use all those extra sites, and I like the add-on feature for Vendoo where you can delist and relist, and when you mark something as sold, it goes into the other places that it's listed and delist that item for you. So it's a little simpler for me, because I have had times where I forgot to delete an item right away, and I know a lot of people are worried about that, so this kind of fixes that problem, and you just mark it as sold and it goes in and delists on the other sites that it's listed on. So let's go in and search some items. I'm going to show you how long it takes to list some items. So I'm just going to go in and list 10 items, and we'll see how long it takes. that is why I think that Vendoo it's my preferred tool for cross-listing and relisting, because I am a big believer in relisting. Also, you can see in some of my listings that I didn't have all my photos. My flat lays, I do have to go in and edit them, so I do that on my iPad, and I go in and I upload those just after I go ahead and upload those just after I list the item. So it's not a big deal. Okay, so if we get out of here, go to my Poshmark Closet, I'm gonna go where I last left off in my inventory sheet to cross listing to Tradesy. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I can just go in and copy to Tradesy. And I have to select all of this before it'll start to pop up. And that is so you can see that not all of the information is filled out, so you do still have to pretty much do everything. It only really copies over your pictures and like your description, but you can copy and paste your description, which is why I don't feel like it is beneficial for me to have list perfectly anymore. And we'll do 9 more and see how long it takes just to cross post to Tradesy. Alright, and that was number 10. So the same time, and I still have to go back in and re-upload all of these pictures because when you look at it from another device, it comes out really blurry, and I just don't like how the picture looks after I've copied it instead of loading the pictures from the actual website that I'm using to cross-list. So I still have to go back in and edit a couple pictures, but List Perfectly took me about 15 minutes to cross-list to one platform because it doesn't really fill out any information for you. Even on, if I'm listing from Poshmark to Mercari, it really doesn't fill out any information. You kind of have to go in and fill out everything by yourself. And that's another reason I like doing the drafts on Vendoo, because once I do it to the draft, it will copy itself over to the other platforms and kind of fill itself in a little bit. There are a couple of drop down options that I have to select again, but not as much as when I use List Perfectly, and that's why I am canceling my List Perfectly membership. And if I continue to post on Tradesy, it's going to be posting by myself because I'm still doing the same amount of work. I can copy and paste and drag and drop my pictures and still do the same amount of work, and it'll probably take me about the same amount of time. So I just wanted to go in and show you what the differences between the two are. Everybody has their own personal taste and things that work better for them. So I'm not telling you that everybody move from List Perfectly to Vendoo. This is just my opinion, and I'm giving you guys kind of like a breakdown on why they're different, why I went from List Perfectly, because I have been using List Perfectly, and then I was hearing about Vendoo and I decided to give them a try, and I like Vendoo more. It works better for me. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. If it was, please go ahead and give this video a like on your way out, and if you like reseller content and content like this, please think about subscribing to my channel. Thanks guys, I'll see you later.